All right, we are heading to Bass Cemetery here in Alabama. The we've got a we've got some time before we get there, so I figured we'd do a quick intro here, just to let you know about what's going on or what has happened and been told. Bass Cemetery has a lot of glowing lights, not orbs, but glowing lights over different tombs or tombstones. Also, a lot of vocals have been spoken there. So there's a lot of whispering and words mentioned. Shadow creatures or shadow people were seen there. And last but not least, the feeling as if your feet are being touched and pulled down, as if somebody's underneath you, pulling you down into the ground. So join us as we go to Bass Cemetery. We'll see you there in a few seconds.
In the shadow of the night we prowl, silent footsteps echo loud, chasing fears that won't back down, haunting shadows in this town. Through the mist we see them grin, ghostly forms but we keep winning. Eyes like fire and hearts of steel, nothing's real but what we feel. Through the mist we see them grinning, ghostly forms but we keep winning. Eyes like fire and hearts of steel, nothing's real but what we feel.
Hi, welcome to Bass Cemetery. My name's Ed. Just to let you know, yes, it is quite a hike to get to the cemetery up here. While I was coming into or walking down the road here, came across a local leaving. And yeah, we just now checked the park to make sure no one else is here. We have, it's not a park, it's a cemetery. But we have the whole location to ourselves. There's nobody else here. Now, as I was talking about the person that was at the gate here, she told me a bunch of stories about Bass Cemetery. Mostly it's about kids, and they were doing rituals here. And the reason they found that was that they had a big bonfire going, and you could see it from the street. So they came here and dispersed the kids and put out the fire. And they said they seen a bunch of things, that they were doing some type of ritual. What kind? She didn't mention. She also told me about Mr. Bass, who was the first one to be laid here. He was in a tomb, and I guess he liked the rocking chair, so they put him in a tomb in a rocking chair. Well, the kids thought that it would be funny that they would come and desecrate the tomb, taking the rocking chair, breaking it up, and throwing all the bones and scattering them. So hopefully karma gets them. And yes, I do believe in karma. Since then, the city took it upon themselves to dig up the remaining tombs and replace them in a different location. And yes, they made it a lot nicer. So they took care of the grave. So if you see anything, let us know. Put it down below, timestamp it, and just tell us a little description of what you've seen or heard. On that note, let's get into it. All right, we're going to get into the investigation, but before I do, my camera person, I'm going to say person, is going to tell you a little bit of story about when she was doing some B-roll shots.
So I had just came up the pathway and I came to the right, and out of the center on the side of my right
Peripheral
side,
vision.
yeah, my
Peripheral.
vision, I had seen right behind these pink bushes like a little girl, and then I took some B-roll, but we didn't have any audio. So I came over here and
We're going to have to review it to see if we're going to review it and see if we captured anything on that no audio B-roll.
I came over here and I made sure nobody was here because the lady told us the kids like to play over here. So I was thinking, oh, there's a kid over here playing. Let me go see what they're doing. And then I came over here and I checked behind the bushes, over by the trees, by the gate, behind that other bush, and nobody was here. And then when I went to walking up this way by this tree here, my left ear kind of started buzzing.
That could have been a bug, but
no, like I lost hearing. Like I couldn't hear out of the left side of my ear.
Still could have been a bug.
Whatever it was, that's what happened just now.
So there's no more tomb here. That's been taken out, and they've put him in another location underground. But he was, I believe, the original first.
And the tomb right there is knocked over. And
I believe these things, because I seen over there, these are just corner markers. Because I don't see.
And then this tomb right here is pulled out of the ground.
And that could be from
This
heavy winds. Yeah, this one more than likely is a topper that's just over because of the high winds that Alabama has.
Yeah.
Other than not cutting the grass yet, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. You want to introduce? We're here to talk to anybody that's willing to talk to us. We're not here to harm anybody. We're not here to play jokes.
We're just here to record you and tell your story if you're willing to talk to us. We just want to get proof that there's something beyond living that we can let everybody know. Just tell me your story, your name, any kind of information.
We're up for you touching us or pulling us or throwing stuff.
You could tap us. We're here just to get evidence that there's something beyond us living here.
Broken. It looked like it was a horse or something and somebody knocked the head off of it.
All right,
if anybody's willing to talk to us, we're here.
We're not going to try to talk so much because we want to hear you. Yeah, it's getting close to the time of us investing in some bug spray. See, like that particular one, I think the headstone that's laying flat was on top of her, and those things are heavy.
This one right here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the wind had knocked it and pushed it that far away.
These things are heavy.
Sister, brother?
Here's that.
Oh, a sister and a brother. Okay. So it was thrown and turned. It didn't just fall over because it would have been facing that way.
On there, and then it went right there. And it's Bass. That's the one. That's the name of the cemetery. And they said they messed up
Martha and Walt Williams.
They messed up Beth's tomb.
Yeah. All right. So there are some of the Bass relations.
Bass.
Come on, we understand that you're able to make and produce some type of light. Yeah, I don't believe in orbs, so that's ruled out as we're here. Now, if there's a red glowing light, that was mentioned that you can produce here. There's a train in the background. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It's making a lot of noise.
I just seen something by the tree. I don't know if it was a bird. It was like black. I don't know if it was a black bird. Just like happening on the just outside of my vision.
Watch those anthills.
Yeah, there's so many anthills. There's nothing here. I seen something right here. Something black.
Right, that is something that's people have seen shadow figures here. I'm gonna tell y'all, whoever's watching this video, yes, I believe in shadow figures. I've seen some in my day. I believe when we get over 1,000 subscribers, I'll start doing live recordings, live streams, and then we could talk about my what happens in my life. So come on, shadow creatures, not orbs. You can produce light. I'm sure that takes a lot of energy to produce lights. Little glowing bulb.
I wonder if that's where her brother is at.
Yeah, it's funny that it was James Cotter. Jimmy Cotter
Carter?
is her brother, and it's not the president. Just coincidence that that's what his name was. All right, that's a helicopter coming overhead. Did she even mention her name?
It's just she's the sister of.
Well, her last name has to be Cotter because her brother's name was.
But she could be married.
She never mentioned it, so.
No, she didn't introduce
She told
herself.
us that she had a lot of paranormal experiences here because she comes here daily. Maybe later in another video or so, if I catch up with her, we'll communicate about that more. Maybe I'll get some information off of her and we'll talk and maybe do interviews. We'll see. Seemed like a really nice person. Watch out for this cactus there. She said that she just made sure that the grave
tombstones were broken in half.
that she put flowers and decorations. So that's something that we're going to look at and see.
Because that
she wanted to make sure the kids didn't come here and mess about. She probably thought we were coming to mess about, but we talked and she understands. She didn't have a problem with us coming in. There are some people that are still being visited. I could see a lot of decorations. I wish I had the strength to pull some of these markers, put them back in where they were. But that's solid. That is solid. Solid stone. Some of these things, if you look through your peripheral, you'll think that they are shadow people, like this stone right over here. You could see that. From a distance, that looks like a person standing there. Okay. Wow. A lot of these names are a lot of my wife's family. They have similar last names. Yeah, that they're pretty common here in Alabama. Woodpecker in the background. Train still going. Can you muster up energy to talk to us? We're here to investigate paranormal, but you have to show it to us. You have to prove it to us. We're looking for those glowy lights. I did not see any of those, what are they called? Solar lights. I did not see any solar lights here, so we can rule that out. So if we see a glowing red ball of light,
Or any color.
any color, now it was known that there was a red glowy light. Let us know. Come on, prove it. Prove them right.
If you see anything flying, it might be bugs.
Yeah, don't take that as an orb.
Because
I don't believe in
really
orbs.
big flying bugs.
Well, I don't feel too strongly on orbs being spiritual.
We're just here to talk to you. If you want to talk to somebody, we're here. We're listening for sounds, lights, movement, shadows, anything.
Chuck a rock at her. She'll love that. We're not into scratching. We don't like to get hurt.
Here's Jimmy Carter.
We found it.
This is,
You know, when I was looking down that way, I was like, that's so bright
and there's a duck.
and so well lit up.
Hi, Jimmy. We ran into your sister. She was telling us about you. Did you want to speak with us? We didn't get her name, but she talked a lot about you.
If you want to give her a message, we can relay it to her. I'm sure down the road I am going to meet back up with her because she comes here regularly. I don't know if she has the ability to talk to you because she said she had a lot of different experiences here. A lot of talking, but she couldn't understand it. A lot of whispering. She couldn't make it out. She said she's seen orbs. Were you involved in that? Is there any kind of message you want us to relay to your sister?
It sounds like she misses you an awful lot. She said you were only a couple days old when you passed away.
Wasn't it months? He was months. No.
Oh, like 5 days old.
Well, if he was that old, he didn't understand what this world was all about yet.
Mm-mm.
Or at least I don't think so.
Still a baby.
Maybe your spirit is learning. Is that a possibility? If you weren't, that's that
I
train
hear
bell.
bells.
That's a train bell. I hear it. It caught my attention. Last time we had problems with bells. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Had an experience with bells. So how about it, Jimmy? Your sister really decorated you. She went way out of her way to decorate your grave.
It's really beautiful.
To be honest with you, I feel just at peace right here. I don't feel any kind of emotions at this particular grave. And I'm thinking I should feel something because this is highly paranormal supposed to be here. Did you all duck and hide because we arrived? You scared we're going to show you?
Camera shy.
Y'all camera shy? Anybody here roll tide?
I keep seeing stuff over there in that corner.
Let's walk that way.
Right right behind that tree, right by the gate.
Fence, by the fence.
Yeah. I don't know what's pulling me
That
over
seems
there.
to be a hot area for you over there.
Yeah. I was just right here, coming up the path, and
Oh,
that's
we
right
got a
there.
step. We got a
Is where I
step over
seen.
here. There are a lot of flowers here. Anybody here like to speak to me? Seems like you've been visited quite often. Very nice flower decorations. All bunched up here. It's like somebody's visiting all of you. Is anybody here able to speak to me? Let me know you're here. Produce some type of light. Tell me your name. My name's Ed, by the way. Watch out right there. It's a little wet.
I'm gonna try to keep that corner in view just in case something peeks again. Go around this way.
Mr. Bass, are you able to talk to me? I understand they've desecrated your tomb. Can you talk about that a little bit? That was me. So, Mr. Bass, I understand that they've desecrated your tomb. Spread your bones out. I also understand that they collected your bones and put them back and buried them properly. Are you happy where you're at now? This is going to be your last time to talk to us until we come back. We don't have much time left here. So you don't have too much of an opportunity to speak. You might speak right now so that we can hear you. Anybody here that can hear me, come over here and talk to me. Let me know that you're here. Just tell me your name. Tell me to leave. Speak to me so that I know that you're here. That was a train. Okay, everybody, we don't have much time here. The sun's going down and we're not going to be able to see where we're going, so we have to leave before the sun goes down. Totally. Please, I understand. Once again, I've said this on many of videos that the experience, when I have experience, it's when the sun is setting and going down. Now, if that does something to the magnetic field of the earth, I'm not sure. The moon has a factor on earth. When you have a full moon, a lot of things happen then. The moon also raises and lowers the sea level. So it does affect the earth. Now I'm wondering if the sun affects the earth in ways that nobody knows about. It's possible that maybe the veil is a lot closer when the sun is setting. If so, somebody please talk to me. I don't feel anything different. I mean, it's just like when we came here. I feel the same way. I haven't had any emotional
calmness.
Yeah, it's calm, very calm. So maybe when they took the graves and redid them, that everything settled down. But it's supposed to be a paranormal hotspot. So we might have to come back here and visit again. Would anybody like for me to come back and visit? It would be nice if we seen a shadow creature, or whatever they want to call it, a shadow figure. That would make my day. Yes, there's nobody here. And the only way that you can get here is through that driveway right there. Other than that, it's all trees. You can't get in here with a four-wheeler. You can't walk in here because the brush is way too thick. They'd make way noise. They would rustle, break branches, and all. We'd know they're here. All right, come on. Well, we're in the middle of the cemetery. Literally, in the middle of the cemetery. I'm sure you can hear me from all directions to come to speak to me. You don't have much of a chance left for me to be here. I'm only going to be here a few more minutes. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Alright, so that's been Bass Cemetery. Other than what my camera person seen, we didn't feel anything or see. We still do have to review the footage. Behind me is where we seen, my camera person seen a little child, but we didn't capture it on video. We have to look at the B-roll and see if we found that. Other than that, this is a very pleasant cemetery. I didn't feel anything emotionally. So, until next time, we'll see you there.
In the shadow of the night we prowl, silent footsteps echo loud, chasing fears that won't back down, haunting shadows in this town. Through the mist we see them grin, ghostly forms but we keep winning. Eyes like fire and hearts of steel, nothing's real but what we feel.